Hello learners, welcome to today's lesson. I hope you are in excellent health. I'm Mr. Omarisomo Isaac and I'll be taking you through integrated science. Our topic for today is heredity. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to define the term heredity, define some terminologies used in heredity, give 4 examples of inheritable characters, and give 4 examples of sex-linked and acquired characteristics. Great. Now, have you wondered why your brothers and sisters resemble each other even though they are not twins? Have you also wondered why some of your close relatives resemble one another? This is as a result of certain traits or characteristics that are being inherited from their parents. This is what we term as traits. So in simple terms, we are going to define heredity as the transfer of certain traits or characters from parents to their offspring through genes. This is not a gene that we put on, but it's a gene in the human system. Now, let's look at some of the terminologies used in heredity. We have what we call a gene. When you say a gene is a single unit of heredity which forms part of the chromosome and its genetic materials. We also have another term called chromosome. When we say a chromosome is a thread-like structure which contains the DNA and protein which occurs in eukaryotic cells. DNA, that's deoxyribonucleic acid. I'll take it again. Deoxyribonucleic acid. And we said the chromosomes contains the DNA and a protein which occurs in eukaryotic cells. When I say eukaryotic cells, they are organisms with membrane-bound organelles, as we did organelles in first term. Good. Now, on your screens is the structure of the chromosome. Good. The first diagram, that's diagram A, is the structure of the chromosome when it is being looked or observed under the electronic or compound light microscope. But in real terms, that is how the chromosome looks like. It is made up of 2 parts. That's the X and Y. And each pair has 23 pairs. And the pair is termed as homologous pairs. Great. So let's look at some of the examples that can be inherited from our parents. Can you tell me some of the examples that can be inherited from your parents? Good. Some of the examples are skin color, color of the hair, temperament. Now, when you say temperament, it determines or shows whether the person gets or easily gets angry. That's what we mean by temperament. We also have intelligence. We also have the ability to roll the tongue, as I have done. Yes. All these are inheritable characteristics. Besides, there are certain diseases that can also be transferred to us by our parents, and they are termed as sex-linked characters, some of which are sickle cell, hemophilia, baldness, and color blindness. All these are sex-linked characters. Also, there are some characteristics or traits that cannot be inherited, but they are learned in life. And these characteristics are called acquired characteristics. Example, ability to speak different languages, the ability to steal, wickedness, and bravery. Now, let's take note of the following words: gene, chromosome, DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, traits or characteristics, sex-linked characters, and acquired characteristics. Alright, let's summarize what we have learned today. We said heredity is a transfer of certain traits or characteristics from parents to their offspring through genes. And we said a gene is a material that is responsible for carrying out the traits or characters from parents to their offspring. And we said a chromosome is a thread-like structure which contains the DNA. And we said the DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid and a protein which occurs in eukaryotic cells. We also looked at some examples of inheritable characters. So we have the skin color, the hair color, the ability to roll the tongue, intelligence, temperament. We also looked at certain characteristics or certain diseases that can be transferred onto us by our parents, and we said they are termed as sex-linked characters, some of which are baldness, color blindness, sickle cell, and hemophilia. Besides, we said there are also certain characteristics that cannot be passed on to us, but they are learned in life, and they are termed as acquired characteristics. Examples are ability to speak different languages, ability to steal, bravery, and wickedness. Well, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. If you don't understand anything, you can play this video back and do well to do your assignments. I'll end on this note. You see, when you were a child, you were crying and everybody was smiling. Live a good life so that when you die, you'll be smiling and everybody will be crying. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.